Alright guys, welcome to this video. In this video we are going to begin our lessons on wave. So into this video we are going to look at light wave. Of course we know that light wave is very broad, alright, and we are going to be dividing it part, meaning of light wave and some other things we need to know. Alright, in regards to that, when we talk about light, what do you need to know? Now light is simply an energy that is responsible for sensation. As long as you can see, all of us, I believe we all have eye, right? And we can all see. Now the reason we can see is because of light. Therefore, light is that energy, is a form of energy that enable what? Sensation of sight. So if there's no light in existence, it means that our eyes will be functionless because there will be no way we can see with our eyes. Alright? Good. That is what you need to know for that. Now, no matter what you need to know is that no matter how dark a place is, I know that some of you, some persons now will ask, like, but in the night when there's no light, when everywhere is dark, I can still see the touch, I can still go and carry my phone without any lights. I can still go and carry my book without any lights, and so on and so forth. My friend, as long as you can see in the dark, there is an element of light. So if there's no light, there is no way you can see. Everywhere will become total darkness. In short, it will be black. Everywhere around your surrounding will be what? Black. So as long as you can see, even in darkness, that one, the one you call darkness, as long as you can see, you can recognize, something is ahead of me, something is there, something is that, something is this. There's what? There's light. So just take note of that. I will know the meaning of light. So the next thing we are going to be looking at is the sources of light. Now there are a lot of sources of light. There are a lot of things around us that provide light energy to us. These sources of light can broadly be divided into two: the natural sources of light and the artificial source of light. What about the natural source of light? It simply refers to those sources of light that were made by nature. They were not created by man. They were not created by men. We came to see them in existence on their own. Alright? While artificial source of light are those sources of light that were made by man. Example of natural source of light is the sun, the moon, the star, some firefly, some luminous fishes, and so on and so forth. Example of artificial sources of light are your torches, your bulb, your candle, your lamp, your textbook, your mirror. That's when you say textbook, a sheet of paper, your mirror, and so on and so forth. Even this bulb is also what? A source of light. Right? Now, whether it's a natural source of light or artificial source of light, both of them are further divided into two. We have the luminous source of light and the non-luminous source of light. So when we talk about luminous source of light, there are sources of light that they originate the light from by themselves. The light that they produce, the light that they give out to their surrounding came from them. Alright? Now, why non-luminous sources of light? There are sources of light that gives out light to their environment due to the reflection of light rays coming from the luminous sources of light. Now, let's take for example now the sun. The sun is a natural source of light that is luminous, also with the star. Alright, because the star and the moon, the star and the sun, the lights that come from them, they are the originator of it. Unlike the moon, which is a source of light, but the light it gives out to us at night is a light that comes due to the reflection of light rays from the sun. So in that case now, we can say that the sun and the star are the natural luminous sources of light, while the moon are the natural non-luminous sources of light. Okay, I believe you get that. Now let's go to artificial. For example, now your lamp, it produces the light by itself. Your torch produces the light by itself, and so on and so forth. Now, like I made example, your mirror could be a source of light. Let's take for example now in a dark, in a complete dark, at night, when you point your torch to your mirror, you agree with me initially you are pointing your torch to the mirror, but when you look back, you agree with me that you can see other part of the room. True or false? True. So in that case now, was you seeing other part of the room, was it as a result of the light coming directly from the torch, or it was due to the reflection of the light from the mirror? Of course, you know generally that you can see the other part of the room due to the reflection of the light from the mirror. Okay, so in that case, we say that the mirror is a source of light. But what type of source of light? Is a non-luminous source of light, because the light it can give is due to the reflection of what? Light rays. Now let's take for example, I know maybe you are watching this video at night and you are reading with a reading torch, with a reading lamp, and so on and so forth. Now, can you do me a favor by taking that torch, pointing directly to your book that you are reading, a sheet of paper or to a paper, a white paper. Now, as you point it, keep the torch pointing towards the book. Turn your back and look at other part of the room. You can observe that the other part of the room are being illuminated by light, right? You can see, recognize where your bed is, where your shoe is, and so on and so forth. And the reason you can see it is because the book at that moment was acting as a source of light. What type of source of light? It was an artificial non-luminous source of light. I believe you understand that, right? So now, in moving forward, all objects, they have the way they absorb light energy. Alright? All objects, they have the way they absorb what? Light energy. Now, due to the difference or the variation on how they absorb light energy, now all matters are classified into three. We have the transparent object, we have the translucent object, and we have the opaque object. When we talk about the transparent objects are objects that allows large amount of light rays to pass through them, or we can say they are object that allows large amount of light energy to pass through them. Why translucent objects? They are objects that allows little amount of energy to pass through them. Now, unlike the transparent object where you can see through them, for example, now your mirror, you can see through your mirror, all right. You can see through your mirror. Like when I carry a glass, you can see from this side. You can see what is in the other side of the glass, right? In the other view of the world of the glass. So now that is to tell you that it's a transparent object because you can see through it. But in translucent objects, you cannot clearly see. Like for example, now carry a sheet of paper from your book now. When you point touch towards the sheet of paper, does the light ray come out undistorted in the other part of the paper? The answer is completely no, right? So for that reason, it is what? A translucent object. Now carry a glass and point a touch to it, you see that the light rays will come out undistorted. You can so transparent objects, they are objects that allow large amount of energy to pass through them. Translucent objects only allow little amount of light energy to pass through them. But there are some objects that do not allow light energy to pass through them at all, whether small or large. Those objects are what we call the opaque object, OPAQUE. Alright, so that's what you need to know. Now, at this moment, we are about bringing this video to an end. But before we do that, let's look at what the differences between light rays and light beam. When we talk about light rays simply refers to the path followed by light photons of light. For example, let's assume I have a torch. This is my torch. I always use in reading at night. So when I'm on the torch, you agree with me that if this is the end of the torch, now these are you agree with me that these are the lights will look like, right? Now each of these parts or each of these lines you are seeing, they represent a path that is being followed by a photon of light. So each of them are what we call light rays. Now the collection, everything here that you can see is what we call what? Beam of light. So we can say that a beam of light is a collection of light rays. Alright? Okay, you may not really understand what I'm saying to you. Now at night, try to on your torch. Like on your torch, keep it one place. Stand afar, a bit afar. For example, if your torch is there, stand somewhere like this and observe it at night. You agree with me? It's as if something cylindrical, like you observe something like cylindrical gases coming illuminating from the world, from the torch, right? Now everything you can see there is what we call beam of light. Inside the beam of light, we now have what? Light rays. Alright? So light rays is the path followed by photons of light. While the collection, when two or more light rays come together, we call it what? Beam of light. So we have three types of light rays. We have the parallel light rays, we have the convergent light rays, and we have the what? Divergent light rays. When we talk about parallel light rays, it simply refers to light rays that they meet at infinity. They are parallel to each other and they meet at infinity. Now when we talk about convergent beam of light, the convergent beam of light, they consist of light rays that comes from a source and converge at the point. For example, now light from a microscope, like a Hans lens. So for example, now it's a solid like this. Alright? So these are example of a convergent ray. Now a divergent ray, the light will come from the source and spread out. Alright? So this is the word, this is the source, this is the source, this is where the source of the light is coming. So they meet at a point, it is called convergent ray. This one from the source, they spread out, it is called what? Divergent ray. So I believe you understood all that was said in this video. So this is the first part of our lesson under light wave. Please appreciate us for what you have done by liking our video, commenting on it, and give us a follow if you have not. And also try sharing this video to a friend of yours who might find it useful. But we will meet in our next video on this lesson, light wave, where we shall be talking about rectilinear propagation of light wave.